I believe in the Black Lives Matter as a sentiment, right?
Yeah. Because
Black lives
do need to
absolutely
matter.
matter. But I don't believe in their structure because, one, they are definitely anti-church.
Sure.
They intentionally communicate their dissonance with the church. They don't want male leadership. Their leaders are women. Not that this is problematic in a sense that I hate queer women,
right?
But they're most of their prominent leaders are gay or queer, and they are intentional about trying to keep men, like straight men, from having any kind of leadership.
Sure.
Wade-O Radio.
Let's talk about the AND campaign, bro.
Let's do it.
Yo, I mean, what sparked you to kind of do this? I mean, you've always been there's always been a consciousness in your lyrics and all of that stuff, man. But what sparked you to actually say, okay, we're gonna start a whole joint around this?
I wanted to not just be a Twitter activist.
Hey.
I didn't want to be someone who just talked about problems and
Sure.
then like claim they're doing something about it, but not really doing something about it. So, a buddy of mine who is a lawyer in Atlanta, well, we weren't friends at the time, but we got hooked up through a pastor.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Yo, man, like I do this. I heard that you're about this. Man, we need to change the landscape of Christians being involved in activism and politics."
Wow.
And I was like, "Bro, what do we need to do?" He's a political strategist, so he came up with some ideas.
Oh, that's deep, bro.
He's like, "You get about 10 friends. I'm going to get about 10 friends. We're going to meet one day and we're going to talk through some stuff." So the basic concept of it is that, man, urban Christians, if you think about it, there's no one in the political landscape, the social political landscape, who actually speaks for us.
Nobody.
Right? Because on the right, you feel like, yeah, you share my values in a
values.
my family values in a certain way, but you
no
don't share my
justice.
You don't share my social justice.
Yeah.
On the left, you share my social justice, but you don't share my family values,
yeah.
right? So who's gonna speak for us? Who's gonna go for us, right?
Yeah.
Isaiah 6. And so it was just like, yo, man, we need to figure out how to start to change the systems ourselves and create coalitions, because they'll listen to you if you get a party.
Yeah.
That's all lobbying is, man.
Yeah.
You got people who are like, yo, if you don't support, we're gonna cause some ruckus.
Right.
For us, there's nobody, because we've been pimped out. Urban Christians have been pimped out by the Democratic Party for so long.
Pimped out, bro.
And so for basically, they know that you're going to give them your vote, but they'll never do anything for you.
Right.
And so it's time out for that. And so we were like, look, we don't only just want Democrats to fill our raft, we want Republicans to fill our raft as well. And so this is the thing. And we said, like, let's start this coalition that actually addresses the issues that we think are pertinent to us and make enough noise in both spheres. And so right now we're based out of Atlanta, but we're trying to grow to different cities, man. And right now we have a branch in Los Angeles. We're trying to get one started in Chicago, one in New York potentially, and then maybe one in Miami popping off pretty soon.
Sure.
Yeah.
Are you? Is this going to be more of a lobbying effort?
Yeah, this is definitely not a third party. This is a coalition. So think of like a BLM, a Tea Party, like something like that, where people. Well, we advocate for the rights of those folks that we believe need our help.
From it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And as well as we try to inform our base of people that in a platform. So we will have platform issues. We'll create a 10-point platform or 11-point platform that we think, hey, here are the things that we're concerned about. If you rock with this, then rock with the AND campaign.
With us,
yeah. And then we'll try to inform, educate people on voter rights and inform them how to get registered to vote, who their legislators are, who their representatives are. Here's the issues in your city. Address these issues. Here's the churches. This is the thing. We don't want to start something without a collective of churches who are about that life, because you can get like 5 or 6 people, but if you don't have leaders and you have vocal people who can galvanize infrastructure, and that's the thing about a lot of organizations now, activism organizations, they don't have structure.
Yeah.
And some of them intentionally don't have that. But for us, we're trying to be an organization that has great structure and great organism.
Yeah, I think the key is to be structured, but also to be nimble enough
to mobilize.
Absolutely. To mobilize quickly.
quickly. Absolutely.
Stuff is happening quick, man.
Every day. Every day is quick.
Bro, it's like you get on Twitter, it's a new hashtag.
Oh,
something doesn't happen.
But it's the problem, though. A lot of cats just want a hashtag. So I got on, and I'm going to be 100 with you right now.
Yeah, go ahead.
I love it when people say keep it 100.
Yeah. You started that.
So I don't support Black Lives Matter, only because I understand, like, I don't support the structure, like where the money comes from, and I know the agenda behind it. Like, it's not, when they say Black Lives Matter, they're not just talking about Black lives. They're talking about it's also very subversive language to me. Like they're trying to push a LGBT community.
Yeah.
Now I do believe those folks need rights as well.
Sure.
But don't be like
Don't piggyback.
Yeah,
it.
don't be subversive with it, and then take the narrative of the civil rights movement and change the narrative, right?
Sure.
And so this gives us this puts us in a bad situation, because now, as true heirs, urban Christians, as true heirs of the civil rights movement,
Sure.
now our languaging sounds offensive because we're talking about biblical values. We're talking about things that the narrative they took from, they're using. We're sounding bigoted now. And so it's like, yo, here we go. There we go. Hey, West Coast wake party. So so it's just hey, can you get Brian Dye? I need to get out. Like, just tell him I need to get to the airport. He like, you ain't listening to me. I'm doing an interview, bro. So anyway.
Nice. This is great.
So yeah, I forgot what I was saying. Yo, so I believe in the BLM philosophy. I mean, I believe in the Black Lives Matter as a sentiment, right?
Yeah. Because
Black lives
do need to
absolutely
matter.
matter.
Yeah.
But I don't believe in their structure because, one, they are definitely anti-church.
Sure.
They intentionally communicate their dissonance with the church. They don't want male leadership. Their leaders are women. Not that this is problematic in a sense that I hate queer women,
right?
But
right.
they're most of their prominent leaders are gay or queer, and they are intentional about trying to keep men, like straight men, from having any kind of leadership.
Sure.
And some of the reason that I understand, right? Because patriarchy has been very problematic in the church and in society.
Yep.
And so I understand the disconnect, but the problem is not to swing the pendulum the whole other way. It's how do we bring true reconciliation? And the church has done a terrible job of being able to be a healthy voice in that space. And so that's what happens. There's judgment on the church, so you have organizations that do a better job of mobilizing and speaking to the pain of people than the church do. And
so let me ask you this, because and I know this is early on, but would AND Campaign partner with them?
Yeah, we would.
Something?
Yeah, if we can make clear distinctions, I would partner. Yeah, I gave an example in one of our workshops. Is like the LGBT community and the Mormon Church got together and came together with some religious liberties policies in Utah.
Yeah.
And they were like, look, this is beneficial for both of us. I think that's doable. I think it's always beneficial to work together if you come together. Because the AND Campaign is just not about trying to serve as Christians.
Sure.
We believe in, like, trying the rights of the society. It's just about when you try to neglect the rights of other people and you try to demonize other people, that's why. And I'm not saying that they're doing that.
Yeah.
But what I am saying is that we do feel like if you are silent, you allow other people to vote your values.
Sure.
And we no longer want to be silent on issues.
Man, that's good, bro.
Yeah.
Man, Sho, I'm out.
Thank you,
I
brother.
don't want to say I'm proud of you like I'm your dad or something like that. But bro, I'm happy for you, man, because you got so much dope stuff going on, man.
Thank you, brother.
Humble Beast, I love those dudes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So just anything with them I'm rocking with. But 4th District has always been dope. You know, we've always supported you with that, bro.
Bro.
And this AND Campaign, bro.
Thank you, brother.
Like, I'm like, man, one day Sho Baraka gonna be mayor of Atlanta, son. I'm like,
nah, that ain't never happening. But I wouldn't mind being something, but mayor is not gonna happen. But I feel you though.
It's good, man. So
all right,
so what you got next? I know you got the project coming out and all of that.
Yeah, the project is gonna come out pretty soon.
How the heck are you balancing all of this, dog?
I don't know, man. I think that's just me, man. I think I'm just that kind of person. I have an entrepreneurial spirit without being an actual like marketplace entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Like I don't like business, but I love the idea of creating solutions.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, like when I give my attention to 2 or 3 things, 1 or 2 other things, they don't get.
But
my
it seems
attention.
like you got a team with this situation.
Yeah, well, I do, and that's
like
the thing that I'm learning. That's the thing I learned. Yeah,
the AND Campaign, and clearly you got the 4th District.
That's the one thing I learned from Reach really well is like you can't do things without having people who understand their role and understand their role well.
Sure.
And when I left Reach, I didn't do that well. I thought I could do everything by myself and still excel, and I failed miserably. Not in the sense of like people saw my failure, but behind the scenes, like I was exhausted emotionally. Yeah. Spiritually, it was just like, and then I realized like you putting this on yourself because you try and do too much.
Yeah.
You gotta trust people in what they do and trust that they'll do it well. And I think artists have a hard time of giving their visions to people. And so that I had to learn to do that.
Man, but you got all the wisdom now, brother.
That boy Jay and Kanye in the building, bro.
Sho, man, I appreciate you, man. Real talk, bro.
Love you, man.
On the Wade-O radio show. On the Wade-O radio. On the Wade-O radio show. Where it's much more than music, it's ministry.